My name is Thomas Monroe. I'm the singer for Saint Blasphemer. The origin of the band name is a novel called The Last Temptation of Christ. It was also made into a movie directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Willem Dafoe as Jesus and David Bowie was Pontius Pilate. Saint Blasphemer, it was something that when he was arguing with the leaders of the society, he said, "Don't you know who I am? I'm Saint Blasphemer." And I really like that novel a lot, and I enjoyed the movie as well. Peter Gabriel does the score, so Peter Gabriel is one of my favorite writers. The band originated as a kind of therapy. I started recording the demos at home on my laptop, and it was a kind of a therapy for me, watching my loved ones suffer with heroin addiction, and I needed a place for those feelings to go. And so I started writing these songs, and then I put it out on Craigslist, and that's how I met John and the two Steves. It started out with myself writing all the songs. Originally I wrote about 7 songs that I wanted the guys to learn before we would get together and have our very first rehearsal. So everybody learned the first 7 laptop demos I made at home, and then we got together and jammed, and it felt really good. Since then, we've been writing songs in a collaborative process. It'll start off as a jam at the rehearsal studio, and we'll get a good riff going, a good beat. We'll experiment for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll write lyrics. And usually I write all the lyrics on the spot. Within an hour, we'll have a whole song put together. And we've written 3 songs that way so far that we've added to our roster. We only started playing together in February. So how it has evolved since then, I hear that boy bands are coming back. Well, we frequently perform the 5 songs that are on our upcoming EP, and then we have a rotating handful outside of that were laptop demos and some of the new songs we've written together as a band. Cover songs, we've worked on The Stooges and Stone Temple Pilots. Recently we started playing Led Zeppelin Communication Breakdown. I honestly don't listen to the radio or watch television, so the only way I hear artists that are upcoming is by listening to college radio stations, which you can listen to a lot of them online, and that always gives me a lot of hope for music. There's always cool music being created, it's just not always in the mainstream. There is one mainstream artist who is a guilty pleasure for me, and that's Lana Del Rey. Our biggest challenge as a band, really, I guess, is just trying to make the right decisions to promote the EP that's coming out, to hire the right people and get press out there and get the college radio campaign going. That's always a big challenge, doing all the mailing and then all the follow-up phone calls and emails. That's probably the biggest challenge. Time will tell very soon if we meet and overcome that challenge or not. Buy a van. Buy a van, and I would say bring a pair of socks for each day of the tour, and at the end of the day, when you change your socks the next day, throw away the old ones instead of storing them in the van, because if you have 4 or 5 guys with dirty socks just piling up in a van, don't do it. Be an artist. Make real art. Don't try to make money off your music. Don't try to write a hit song. Write from your heart. Tell your real story. That's what's really going to touch people. And it matters so much more. David Bowie, the Pixies, Jane's Addiction, Peter Gabriel. We're not seeking fame or fortune. We are seeking to reach people with our songs. When I was a kid, music helped me to hang on for one more day and made me feel like I wasn't alone. And I wasn't the only person going through whatever I was going through. And I just hope that our music can do that. And one of the themes of our music is addiction and watching people struggle with addiction. So I hope that we can reach those people and people who are suffering from being in that situation. I'd say one of my favorite ones was the Pixies' Doolittle. I got that when I was 16, and it just kind of blew my mind.
Okay.
Just like short 1.5, 2 minute, 3 minute songs, and all over the place, and just really cool. My name is Thomas Monroe from Saint Blasphemer, and you can find our music on saintblasphemer.com.